Well, let's talk sport now, and specifically the final of the Women's US Open, because it will be a battle between two teenage titans, one of whom has already entered the record books. 18-year-old Briton Emma Raducanu is the first qualifier in the men's or women's game to reach a Grand Slam final. Michael Kern, our sports reporter, has been following her exploits, as well as those of her Canadian opponent, Leylah Fernandez. Michael, an amazing performance, but first let's just qualify what a qualifier is, because many people here in the office don't actually know. Tell us.
No, for sure. So when you come to these big Grand Slam competitions, you don't automatically get into the first round. If you're one of the top players, you do. But there's obviously places as well for those players that are working their way up, that haven't maybe set the world stage alight just yet. And they do qualifiers before. So it's like a pre-tournament competition. If you get through that, you then get a place in the first round. So pretty much like we see in football and other sports, you have to qualify to get to the World Cup effectively.
So this is the stuff that dreams are made of. Everyone's describing it as this fairy tale taking place in New York, but can she really now complete the miracle at Flushing Meadows?
Well, I think what's really key to remember about this is if we remember back to the summer in Wimbledon, her last 16 match, it ended in a way that she really wouldn't want to have. She had to withdraw from that match. And to see the way that she's responded and used that to get to this final is just absolutely incredible. That mental strength that she's got, her physical power on court as well. She really is. When you watch her play tennis, she really does look like this complete package that really can go all the way. And I think it's one of those names, like we had the Williams sisters for so many years. I think Emma Raducanu is a name we're going to have around for a very, very long time.
Now, from a British perspective, of course, we're used to putting the hopes on so many people's shoulders. We don't want to sort of jinx her, but should we be sort of, looking also at her opponent, the Canadian Leylah Fernandez? Tell us more about her.
Yeah, so she is world number 73. She's 19 years old, a very talented left-handed player, and she beat the second seed, Aryna Sabalenka, to reach the final. So it's certainly not going to be an easy match for either player in this final. But yeah, she's had a really good competition as well. And obviously to beat a number 2 seed in a semi-final, also just being 19 years old as well, I think, Fernandez is going to be another player for us to keep our eye on. But tomorrow night's match, I think it's going to be a win-win for both players. They both come into this not expecting to get to the final. And here they are on one of the world's biggest stages in a Grand Slam final in the US Open, be it that.
And they know each other quite well, having come through the junior rankings together, one of several players who are tipped to be the future of women's tennis. How have they handled the pressure so far?
Do you know what? So far, I've obviously been keeping a bit more of an eye on Emma, and she seems to be taking it in her stride. She's been in magazine articles all week, and there was a nice story with her the other day about, I had to change my flight, so I wasn't expecting to be here so long. So she seems very calm, very relaxed, and that all bodes well for tomorrow's big final.